Howdy, everybody, and welcome to a We Learned Wednesday edition of the B Team. I'm Elsa. There's Shay, Gabe behind the camera. We are presented by Southwood Valley Animal Hospital, a full-service vet clinic offering tailor-made wellness plans.
What's his last name?
They got daytime emergency care, advanced surgical capabilities, preventative medicine, and more. They aim to provide superior vet care at affordable prices and try their best to design treatment plans with owners' budgets in mind. Give them a call, 979-693-9898. After a record-setting day on this here program, we have come to the table completely unprepared today. So, in true B-team fashion, after perhaps our greatest performance of all time, we'd be looking to grab some momentum and carry it forward for this show. We have completely dropped the ball today. I have completely dropped the ball today. So,
there you go.
I don't want to make an excuse. I have been a touch busy. There is a lot of things happening right now. So, hand up, I did not provide a rundown for Cade Bickham, or Gabe, as we're calling him today. Again, there's Shay. I'm Elsa, or that's Elsa. I'm Shay. I forget how he did it. No. No, Cade. We're not making those kind of jokes today. We had our best show ever yesterday. We're not making sophomore jokes today. Not even all the schleptillions in the chat. Actually, chat, we need you today more than ever. So we are going to turn this here program, today's program, into essentially an Ask Me Anything. Ask Us Anything. We are taking questions from you in the chat. I've started a thread on TexAgs.com/premium, the forums. We want questions about anything. We want questions about baseball. You have personal life questions where you need advice. Perhaps you've been pondering whether you want to cut your hair like Cade Bickham. We can help you out. Maybe you got a sister or a cousin that you hate and you want to set them up with Reese Nygren. We can help out. Richard has started the show today in disgusting fashion.
Brauny's a snob. Brauny is a jerk. Look at him. You would think he would be all in on all kinds of cookies, but he thinks that Chips Ahoy, which were readily available for free upstairs, not for free, somebody in the company paid for them, readily available upstairs in our kitchenette snack break room area. I grabbed some, and Brauny said, I'm disgusting for eating these.
They're hard Chips
They taste
Ahoys.
great. They taste fine, man. They're not the best cookies ever, but they're good.
What are the best cookies ever?
My mom makes some snickerdoodles that are really good. She does call them dickerdoodles.
What happened to no sophomore jokes on this show today?
Yeah, what's sophomore about that? His mom calls them dickerdoodles.
That wasn't a joke, hey. That's the fucking truth. Sorry, Chad. It's amazing.
Kate, we're going to have to edit that. Hold on, hand up first.
Hand up. Sorry, chat. I apologize. If you're riding around in the car, you're under the age of 18, I'm sorry. I apologize to the kids out there. Now, let me say.
It's shocking it's episode 81. That's the first time that's happened.
That's what I was going to say. That's amazing, right? That I made it 80 shows.
When we put this out on the site, Kate, you have to cut that.
Yeah,
I'll cut that, yep.
Sorry, Cade.
It'll live on the internet forever, but...
Sorry, Cade. Sorry, chat. I apologize. That was bad. I'm going to put myself in timeout when I go home.
This is what happens whenever you start the show eating those disgusting, hard Chips Ahoy. The acceptable Chips Ahoy cookies are the soft ones. And to go back to your comment about my weight, I'm not arguing about that. I do like to eat. It's clear. That should say more about how bad those are that I don't eat them.
They're not bad. They're fine.
They're terrible. Terrible.
Sorry, guys.
Your F-bomb, has it made any waves yet?
Sorry, guys. The chat's reacting. Yeah, honestly, if I had to bet on Kalshi who would drop the first F-bomb on the show, it would have been me, 1,000%. I would have lost a ton of money because I would have thought I did it like 6 months ago. So
people are drinking already in the chat. It's Wednesday, it's Wednesday at 4:00.
We are not drinking. I'm just that much of an idiot normally.
Wednesdays are really my busy. I leave here and then I got to go run a practice. So no, I'm not drinking. Richard's got a water. I wouldn't mind a water, Kate, if there's anybody sitting around back there that could bring me one in there. I'm a little bit parched, but we're going to get through the show without dropping, hopefully, any more F-bombs.
No, it should be good.
That was our first one in 81 episodes, Cade?
Yeah, this is episode 81. That was the first one.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
How many episodes of TexAgs Live do you think they go before Olin says something, maybe not an F-bomb, but something very questionable that could get dinged by the FCC?
Honestly,
He said the R word last week.
I mean, it hasn't happened. I mean,
what do you mean?
The fact that they haven't gotten dinged by the FCC is impressive. But I think that's why he's on for an hour, because he can keep it under wraps for an hour.
Reese Nygren said, so TexAgs needs a new baseball guy. Reese, are you implying that Richard will be fired for, you didn't even say all the way.
I caught myself about
You almost 2.5 letters in.
No, I caught myself 3 letters in. The problem is, after you get to the C, it sounds the same.
Oh, man. All right, so we are taking your questions in the chat. Cade has disappeared. So much for him calling balls and strikes. Cade will be monitoring the chat and also monitoring the thread here on a We Learn Wednesday. So, again, we need questions for us to answer whatever you want to ask them about, and then drop us a fun fact. This is We Learned Wednesday. And I have completely skated responsibility for prepping for this show, and I am now putting it on the listeners of this program to help us out. 81 shows in. Again, we were looking to build off of yesterday's momentum. Record-setting day on the B team, Cade Bickham. A record-setting day.
Record-setting day. I think we peaked at, on YouTube, on the YouTube stream, it peaked at 165 viewers, which is really good. So thank you, everybody, for watching and liking the video also.
And so the day after, throw it to me, Kaylee. Bang, good throw. Thank you, Kaylee Dreyer, who's still walking around. Kaylee Dreyer.
I know who's not going to be my answer when we get to the questions about worst first pitch.
Okay.
Because that was a dot. That a girl.
Kaylee Dreyer, who's been around here all day, and I knew she had something to do on air today because she came to the office very dressed up. Her and Sydney have started this, and I think they could go further with their, how do we describe their segment?
It's called In Case You Missed It. And they essentially educate Nuno, who is not chronically online, about the latest trends or biggest stories on the Twitterverse.
It's a brain rot segment.
Right? Yeah, but it's not completely brain rot. It's sports adjacent brain rot. Like everyone talking about Jordy Fromm, whichever last name you want to use for her, pitching while she was pregnant at the Women's College World Series.
3 months pregnant?
That was crazy. I don't know how many months pregnant she is, but she talked about it.
Is Kaylee right there?
Yeah, she's right here.
Get her on air. Switch to your camera, Cade.
Oh, hi, Kaylee.
All right, Kaylee, tell us about the pregnant softball player. I'm not up to date on this.
Yeah, so her baby is due in December, and they just played in the Women's College World Series. So
how'd she play?
She played, I don't know. I mean, it seems like she's 3 months pregnant.
She played like she was 3 months pregnant? Did she didn't play good?
No, she played awesome.
Oh,
that
okay.
was the thing.
Okay.
And she's a pitcher, and she hit like 20 plus. She had like 20 plus hits.
Gracious.
I'm looking up her stats right now. I want to see how she did. Okay, so
was it Sydney LaRue that played like 2 months pregnant, played a soccer game for the U.S. women's national team at a couple of months pregnant?
Okay, so College World Series. Okay, so they played Arkansas, Alabama, and Texas. Does this say she threw 10 innings against Arkansas in the first game? 1 run, 1 hit in 10 innings?
You got to ask questions about the Arkansas hitting coach.
And then she gave up 1 run in 1 inning, 2 innings to Alabama in a loss.
Timeout.
And then 1 run in 6 innings to Texas in a loss. She pitched 3 times in the Women's College World Series while 3 months pregnant.
Did they beat Arkansas?
They did.
Could Arkansas play that game in protest because Nebraska played with an extra player?
They played with 10 women?
Or 9 women and a man?
That's true. I don't know Okay, so she's also a hitter. She's a 2-way star. And
we have a new.
She hit a grand slam. No, she hit a home run against Texas in the elimination game. She pitched and hit. She's Shohei Ohtani if Ohtani could give birth.
I mean, she does have some extra strength. We have a new. Well, we'll get to this there's some new characters in the chat that some of these comments I'm digging. I'm welcoming our new audience and our growth, especially if they are going to bury Reese Nygren at every turn. So
I'm kind of worried. Do you think I'm going to get fired?
Nobody of importance is listening to this. It's the people that matter think that we're running a very high end show. I told Brandon Jones. I told Brandon Jones and Nuno today. Record-setting day on B Team yesterday, and Nuno, who I know he didn't listen, even though he says he does. He said, "Oh, that's awesome! Congratulations, well earned, well deserved." He gave us credit like this is like a high-functioning show. He gave us credit like we are like the ultimate stand-up professionals on this here program.
You do make a good point. I know I'm okay because my biggest boss doesn't even know what time this show starts. Hence,
we're on
examples of the, this is our 81st show. The 30 times he has called me during the show,
including yesterday when you started the show by coming out of the closet, which I was very happy that you didn't get stuck in there.
Happy June, guys. Or as Olin spells it, JEWN.
Well, I'm looking forward to maybe when is Melissa Zane's next trip to town? I know it'd probably be football season. I need some dickerdoodles from Melissa.
Keep my mother's name out of this.
You
brought her name onto the show.
You talked about your mom.
Okay. Anyways, she's gonna probably come down sometime in August to help us move.
You think she'll make enough dickerdoodles for the chat?
Sure, chat, come hang out. Y'all aren't coming to my wedding though.
Oh, chat, how do we feel about not being invited to Richard's wedding?
Love you guys, but I don't want to buy you dinner.
I've never been to a Jewish wedding or Jewish wedding. When do we get to put you on the chair?
During the reception?
And is there a time limit that you have to stay up there? Is it like a bull?
Like I'm
if
trying
you
to
fall
see
off?
8? Like I'm trying to see 8?
Yeah.
No, I'm up there for a while.
Do you get passed around? Do people get turns?
Who are you passing around?
I'm just asking.
Why do you want me to get passed around?
Where's the chair come from? Does it come from the main table? Does it come from the corner?
You just get a chair.
Oh.
What, a chair in the corner?
I'm just asking where, I didn't know. I'm asking about the traditions of the wedding. I don't know. I'm ignorant. Educate me. This is a We Learn Wednesday.
It's really not that big of a deal. You just get.
Is there do you decorate the chair?
No,
is it a big
it's
deal?
just like a normal chair that comes from the reception.
And then when do we step on the glass?
You don't step on the glass. I step on the glass, and that's at the end of the ceremony.
Oh, okay.
And everybody else, Mazel Tov.
Okay, but if that's only for you, like if I wanted to step on glass, can't do it.
I mean, you could step on glass if you wanted to, but everyone's gonna be like, "Who the heck is this? A Neanderthal from the Golden Triangle?"
Like Gentile.
Yeah. Goy.
This is what you get whenever we don't prep a show. And Cade was a little nervous. I heard that you were asking Richard about a rundown.
We were 30 to 45 minutes out. I asked Richard, I said, did you get an email? And because you did send an email to publisher one day that I didn't get, and he had to forward it to me.
Oh, yes.
And so I was just checking, and he said, nope. I was like, all right, well, we'll run it then. We'll do it live.
I can't believe your mother has the best cookie you've ever had, her snickerdoodles, and she calls them that. That's outrageous.
She's an outrageous woman.
Best cookie you've ever had, Cade. Please don't let it have a innuendo type of name. Although one of my favorite cookies is a double doozy.
Zane doesn't look Jewish. Yeah, it's because my mom converted.
Great American Cookie Company is one of my favorite places of all time.
It's good. Yeah.
And I haven't had, the only time I have Great American Cookie Company now is when somebody brings a cookie cake to an event, so we go to the river every year. We go to the Frio River toward the end of every summer. And the family that I go with, first of all, they pack like we're staying there for 18 months at a time and we're there for 3 nights. But The cookie, they always bring a cookie cake, and inevitably, as people are having refreshments throughout the day and late throughout the night, that thing kind of gets picked apart. As I've gotten older, this is a major problem as you get older. The icing on the cookie cakes gives me incredible heartburn, but it's a cost analysis for me. I love it so much that I'm willing to deal with the indigestion and heartburn. Do you have foods like that?
No, I don't get like indigestion, heartburn.
Cade, am I by myself here?
Whatever I want.
I'm sure that I'll get there at some point.
But you can eat whatever and have no repercussions.
For the most part, yeah.
Lucky y'all.
Yeah, we're pretty.
By the way,
blessed.
I thought of the cookie.
Oh, he thought of a cookie?
I did. My mom would make these cookies called they're called buffalo chip cookies.
Okay.
And it would have like butterscotch and chocolate chips in there. Butterscotch chips and chocolate chips, and it was really good.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. So Richard's mom makes him cookies, and then whenever you said it was your favorite cookie was something that your mom made, I was on the edge of my seat waiting for the name of it. But normal name. Nice job, Miss Bickham.
You want to get to questions?
Well, I was going to let Cade rattle them off.
No, I think there's an important question in the chat from @Matthew Dawson. Where do babies come from? Brauny, you have a baby.
Well, my baby came out of my wife's stomach. Legitimately. So that's where I think they come from.
It wasn't so he doesn't have a birthday because he wasn't birthed. He was ejected.
Is that what you do on December 12th every day? Happy ejection day.
Happy eviction day.
Matthew Dawson, congratulations are in order for he and his
congratulations,
bride
Matthew
to
Dawson.
be. Matthew Dawson, a former contributor of this show, a former punching bag of this show for his insanely hot football takes. He was convinced that Sawyer Robertson and the Baylor Bears were on the verge of being 2019 LSU. That's what he thought Baylor was going to be this year. How many times did we hear it before last fall? Last August, he was telling anybody that would listen that he bet on Sawyer Robertson to win the Heisman, and he was elated to tell everybody about it. This year, have you heard about his insane Heisman bet this year?
No, what's up? He's
laid money on the new kid at Iowa State, and he was going to buy my son a jersey of this kid, and I always forget his name. He transferred in, and his odds are outrageous. Jalen Rayner. He's a senior transfer from Arkansas State. And I remember I was texting Matthew Dawson because Iowa State went to Arkansas State, right? Remember that game? And Arkansas State should have won. They got hosed on a pair of holding calls in Jonesboro, and Iowa State came back and won. The quarterback for the Red Wolves that day is now at Iowa State. And let me look up these Heisman odds because Matthew Dawson bet on this guy to win the Heisman at – he bet on him to win the Heisman at plus 22,500.
That's crazy.
That's a waste of money.
That's crazy.
That's a waste of money.
Matthew Dawson, you're a psychopath.
DraftKings has him at plus 30,000. Bet MGM equivalent approximately 250 to 1.
What are you doing, dude? Dawson.
Trying to pay for that wedding in one fell swoop is what he's doing.
I told him to elope.
All right, Cade, are you ready? Are you ready to play? Are you ready to play Vanna White on this thing, Cade?
Yeah, I'm ready. I got the thread open. The chat will be, I'll try to find something from the chat.
Chat second fiddle.
Yeah.
Just dunk it on the chat.
Well,
I had a 200.
Many of the serious questions are in the thread. So
okay. All right, so you don't even have to read the username if you don't want to. Just start firing away questions here on a We Learn Wednesday edition. And if somebody has dropped a fun fact, Cade, don't skip over those.
Good. I will not. Oh, fun. We can start with a fun fact, actually, if you'd like. Fun fact I learned the other day: Hector the Convector, thunderstorm on a thunderstorm on a schedule. Most thunderstorms are unpredictable, but not Hector, thanks to a microclimate over the Tiwi Islands off the coast of northern Australia. It arrives every day at 3 p.m. from September through to March. And it's also regularly reaches more than 19 kilometers high.
Did you see there was satellite imagery over Houston this past weekend, and that the Houston highway system is so big and that's so wide that it created its own microclimate during rush hour, and clouds, when the clouds started forming over Houston, it was perfectly over 610 and the Beltway, I-10 and 45.
That's hilarious.
Was crazy.
Are you sure that wasn't AI?
Everybody, like, it was from a national weather person, so I guess it could have been. Like, anything will fool you nowadays.
If it's from a national service, though, that's reputable.
That is a fun fact. Hector the Convector?
Yes, that is it's called the thunderstorm on a schedule. Yep.
I feel like that's like the name for my lower GI sometimes. Hector the Convector. Get out of the sector. All right, Cade.
Yuck.
Right, well, there's been a lot of questions regarding timeline on pitching coach, and one that I think is interesting is, what does the director of pitching do versus a pitching coach?
That depends on the organization. Usually there is, and I guess as college baseball staffs have expanded, you may have both of those on a staff. Traditionally, you have a pitching coach in college baseball, and then perhaps something called like a director of analytics or something like that, a data manager, that kind of thing. But in the scouting world, in the professional world, a pitching coach is the guy that works with everybody in the bullpen, watches their bullpen, makes decisions on who's hot that day, who's not, can help with scouting reports, can help with in-game decision-making on who to get hot based on matchups, whereas a director of pitching is more of the scientific metric-based data analysis on pitching. So they're going to be the guys that look at a lot of the slow-mo, high-resolution cameras. They dive more into pitch axis and spin rates and induced vertical break and depth and playing with arm slots and visibility and all those kind of things. It's more of the scientific part of pitching, whereas a pitching coach is more of the decision-making, eyeballs part of pitching. So, and college baseball is going more toward that model where you will have a pitching coach and then a data team surrounding him. But as Kendall Rogers pointed out on TexAgs Live today, a lot of the pitching coaches now in college baseball are more of the new wave analytical type of guys that also, work directly with pitchers. And so there is a distinct difference, especially at the professional level. The college level is kind of melding both of them together right now under the umbrella of pitching coach. I hope that answers your question.
All right, next question. Okay, so this next one is, what is the number one most important portal position ad for next year's team? And additionally, in that question, there's a random fact that says otters hold hands while they sleep so they don't drift apart from each other. Do Brauny and Zane do this on baseball road trips?
Gross. We haven't been on any road trips together.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You don't go on road trips anymore, so I'm holding my own hand.
Real quick in the chat, ask me anything question from Kay Nagley. Favorite curse word, Richard?
All of the words, all of the lyrics to Blink-182's Family Reunion. If you know,
Kay Nagley's looking for somebody to mow their grass at their house, by the way.
Yeah,
looking for a lawn service.
Preferably a baseball player.
Yes. Well, wow. I didn't mean yes for that. Wow. Okay. I didn't. All I know is that they needed some landscaping. And I offered the guy that I knew that was doing it. Kay said no. All right. So what was the question, Kay, before your dumb fact about otters?
The question was, what is the number one most important portal position ad for next year's team?
Well, the low-hanging fruit is pitching, but I don't think that you can – right now, as things stand on June 3rd, it's real light in the portal for pitching. I talked to a National League scout this morning, was texting back and forth with him about that issue. Kendall said it again on TexAgs Live in his interview. I heard him. He said that there's just not a lot of pitching in the portal right now that impacts the SEC. Like those the premier arms. And the NL scout that I talked to this morning said that Wade Cooper from Texas State has by far the best raw stuff of anybody in the portal. So the low-hanging fruit is obviously pitching, but it's going to be hard for them to make additions on the mound until they have an actual pitching coach. I'll say this. Of all the spots that you're losing, I think catcher. Replacing Bear Harrison's presence behind the plate defensively, what he meant to the team offensively. I think you can find the physicality on the hitter side that you're losing with Sorrell, you're losing with Grahovic, you're losing with Hakopian. I think you can find that in the portal. I don't know if you can find I think it's going to be hard to find a catcher that can do it at the level that Bear was doing it. And listen, they got Bear out of St. Mary's. There are catchers in the portal right now that are more high profile than whoever the St. Mary's catcher would be. You know, I'm not trying to
Didn't
dump
the St.
on
Mary's
Bear.
Catcher have a pretty good weekend in Los Angeles.
He's a good player. He's a really good player. And I think he would garner high-end P4 interest out of the portal. But you didn't know Bear was going to be what he was whenever you got him. You know, and that's another feather in Michael Early's cap, and it's a feather in Troy Claunch's cap, how much better Bear's gotten since he's been here on both ends, as a hitter and as a catcher, as a defensive catcher. He was awesome this year.
The other thing, we said it was going to be hard to replicate what Jackson Appel did 2 years later.
Yeah,
Bear Harrison hit .319 in the SEC.
Yeah.
And played I would say probably a better defense than Appel did.
The
but
only
Appel
year,
wasn't no slouch.
Since 2022, the only year they struggled behind the plate was in 2023, and that's whenever they had to go get Max Coffer to graduate early at semester, and he was the starting catcher for a team at 17 years old. Now Max Coffer in the transfer portal, but will likely get drafted. He had a really good year. Kay, can you look up Max Coffer's numbers real quick? He hit over 300 with 11 or 12 home runs. Had a really good year. That was a kid. You know, whenever he came to Bluebell Park last year on South Carolina, I did not like the way the fans in Section 203, I typically stay out of what they do and let them do their thing. They're a key part of the game day atmosphere at Bluebell Park, no question. Max Coffer is an awesome, awesome kid. And I think they called him A&M reject or something like that. It didn't sit well with me.
Yeah, it was really bad. I remember they said they did that. I tweeted about it. It was pathetic.
You got his numbers, Kay?
Well, yeah, so he only played in 18 games this season. It says, that's what it says at least, at Wichita State. He had 67 plate appearances, and in those plate appearances, he hit .440. He was slugging 1.180, and his OPS was 1747. He had 11 homers and 27 RBIs and 50 at bats.
That's crazy. So I guess he was hurt.
Yeah,
those are insane numbers.
That's ridiculous.
That's wild.
440. So his OPS was
his OPS was 1700.
Yeah. What happened? Max Coffer, I guess he had to have been injured.
Something had to have happened yeah.
Somebody got upset, Brauny, that you said that nobody of importance is listening. He said that's crazy. You lost a subscriber. Damn. Now we're never going to get Nigrin that. Girlfriend. No, it was Taco Guy PhD is his username. Oh. Unfortunately, Reese, we lost a subscriber. You're going to be single forever. It's very sad.
Next question, Cade.
Well, next question's kind of a fun one. You guys briefly mentioned it earlier. Which TexAgs staffer would throw out the worst or best ceremonial first pitch in Bluebell Park?
The worst would be Olin.
It's a good shout.
Nuno, I can't imagine Nuno is going to be very
Nuno's
good either.
Would be pretty bad. B. Jones might be. Billy's was bad.
Billy's was no way Billy's going to be the worst.
It wasn't good. Cade, you're probably going to get my vote for best.
I was going to.
Oh, you were going to nominate yourself?
I actually was going to nominate myself, but
just for the lack of humility, you're going down to second. Brawny, you're going to be first.
It would be me or Cade, but I mean he's younger and he just got. I don't throw the baseball anymore. When I was having to coach like my youth teams and we were playing every weekend, I was having to throw batting practice before games. I was throwing a lot. I don't throw much anymore.
I threw a first pitch at Bluebell Park once. It was a strike.
This is the fourth time he's talked about this on this show.
Hey guys, Brawny caught a foul ball too. Just making sure everybody remembers. Zector Man, if you're a subscriber, does that mean I have to date Reese? No, you do not have to date Reese.
We just said if you have a female in your life that you don't like and you want to set them up with Reese, that's what we're working on here. This used to be a Cade Bickham problem. It's not a Cade Bickham problem no more because this here program set him up.
Program finisher drinks.
Set him up in love.
Yeah.
That's
Cade,
the benefit of working at this show.
Cade, have you ever like given any thought to like you only have a girlfriend because you produce this show?
Wow, is that what we're going? Is that what we're going?
Have you asked her if that's the reason?
No, I've not.
So that we don't know if that's the reason.
Does she even know what you do for a living?
Yes.
Okay. I was about to say, what does she think you do?
But what does she think you do? He says, 1 second.
What's going on here?
Well, there's a clip from this morning that I'm pulling to use on the show later, maybe to end the show with.
Okay.
A prank that was pulled.
Oh. That was good. But I think that's going on our social medias, right?
It is, I believe so.
Okay, so let's not break that on here. Let's let our socials do that because they work so hard on it.
No, I think that's got. We promised the people breaking news.
Be a preview.
We got to break stuff on the B team to keep the viewership up.
Yeah, and then it can get reposted later.
Yeah, 110 people are watching us right now live on YouTube because this is the #1 drive time show on planet Earth and
the moon.
So we've promised them breaking news. We have to break the news.
The prank was Kayla Gaither.
No, you gotta play it.
Okay.
You gotta play it.
I'll get it edited post haste.
Yeah, you can't tell them the prank
post haste, but you've got to be reading the. All right, I'll take over the thread.
I can do both.
No,
well, here's a question.
Multitask, Cade?
Here's a question.
Is that why you have a girlfriend?
Here's a question that you guys can both answer. Will David Ramirez and Caden McCoy be ready for the fall, or will it be spring before they're able to pitch
David Ramirez, yes. Caden McCoy, probably not. Caden McCoy blew out
right before the season started.
Yeah, and it'll be touch and go like how much he's available for next year, given when he hurt his elbow and when he had surgery. Everybody is coming back from these Tommy Johns now at different. The timelines are different. It used to be pretty standard that you were going to miss 10 months to a year. Now it's anywhere from 10 months to 18 months because they're putting in these braces to help strengthen the ligament on, after the surgery's done. It's called bracing the ligament, and it's supposed to be stronger and better long term.
Do you think that
different people are responding differently to it?
Do you think that's also what's responding or causing more of these bone spurs that we're calling loose bodies now? These
that is a new phenomenon.
Elbow surgeries.
Yeah, but that's not a secondary one for Aiden Sims.
What do you mean?
That's not his second surgery.
He had Tommy John in high school.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
He missed his senior year.
So that could be what it is.
And then I'm thinking
but I don't know if his was braced.
And I don't know. But I'm thinking Edwin Diaz and Tarek Skubal and other guys.
Has Skubal had?
I think he had
Tommy
John surgery at the college level. Could
be wrong. It's crazy, but everybody's throwing harder. Like baseballs are being thrown way harder now than they were 15 years ago, and I'm sure that is a causation for all of the new elbow injuries and then the advanced surgical procedures that they're doing to try to remedy long-term issues after you have that Tommy John. So the worst thing you can do is have multiple Tommy Johns. That's a bad deal. That's a real bad deal, and that's why they started bracing them. All right, Kate, what you got?
This next one, this one's good. Can you please explain to people what a pitching lab actually is?
So a pitching lab is
a laboratory where they pitch.
It's usually a covered area, an indoor bullpen that has every piece of new electronics available to track the metrics, which they can do. Like A&M could do this stuff outside in their current setup, but it requires you to get the high definition, the high res cams that they use to, and the super slow cams that they use to check release, pressures on the ball, all this stuff that has to be set up and taken down every day. It needs to be moved. It needs to, like, if it gets dirt on it, it has to be clean. You don't want to be getting particles in some of this stuff. And then you have to, set up the TrackMan or the Rapsodo or whatever type of pitching analysis software that you're using, you have to set that up outside, and there's dangers in that. And a pitching lab is just a controlled environment where you don't have to worry about rain. You don't have to worry about any sort of weather damaging your equipment. You don't have to worry about the equipment getting stolen or lost. A lot of these pitching labs now come with this, all those cameras are built into the room. They're prefabricated and set, so you never have to use them. All you got to do is turn them on. And now, if you want to look at what one of the most advanced pitching labs looks like, there's one in Morgantown, West Virginia. And it's funny enough, they're doing some really cool stuff on the hitting side. And I wonder, now that West Virginia baseball is in a super regional with a chance to go to Omaha because they are going to play Cal Poly at home, I wonder if a lot of their setup, their facilities is going to get more run nationally as they make a run at
remember
Omaha.
When Wake went to Omaha, they couldn't stop talking about the pitching labs on the broadcast.
So A&M, right now, their current setup is horrifically bad. It is the worst. I've told the stories about the cages at Bluebell Park where on multiple occasions they could not bring recruits, portal or high school, into the cages because there were rodents in there and birds making nests. That shouldn't happen. So as good as you think Michael Early is as a hitting coach, these kids come here and they see that setup. And by the way, the bullpen mound was covered, like the rubbers were covered. That's kind of funny. The pitching mounds were covered with an overhang outside. The catchers were not. So if it was raining and raining with any sort of veracity, they would have to go inside on these portable turf mounds that 9U and 10U pitchers throw off of. And the catchers would be set up on the old AstroTurf inside, right next to the batting cages. It is a horrifically bad setup compared to some of the other teams in the league. So it's not a surprise when Aiden Robbins comes and visits Texas A&M and likes what Michael Early has to say and likes the plan that A&M has for him, and then goes to Austin and sees their brand new facility with all their tools and bells and whistles and goes, all right, I'd rather go over here. I don't want to be digging possums out of the batter's box whenever I'm trying to go hit late at night. So this new facility at A&M is long overdue. Next one, Cade.
Well, on the subject of facility, of the facility itself, somebody in the YouTube chat actually asked, what is the timeline for the baseball stadium expansion?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about renovations to Bluebell Park. I've heard whispers and rumors, but nothing from anybody super credible. So I won't even touch that. It's cool that the players will get into the pitching lab and indoor cages starting this fall. That's great. But I have no update or no knowledge and information that I can share publicly. It's just because it's all hearsay. I don't want to put anything out there that's completely false. So I've heard rumors about some expansion, some upgrades, but nothing concrete.
Another question, kind of shifting gears a little bit, just because it's in there and it's this weekend. Are you going to the soccer match at Kyle, and what do you think the attendance will be?
I bet there's at 90,000 there.
I am not going.
I'm not going.
I will not be there either, unfortunately.
It is my first weekend without baseball since February. It's my first weekend without anything on the schedule since before I got engaged. So I'm going to sit my booty on the couch. But I do expect like 90,000 people there. Lionel Messi's going to be at Kyle Field.
I mean, there's a chance they sell it out. Lionel Messi's the biggest soccer star on the planet.
Just for a glimpse of him. Like, people are going to pack that place.
I'm on the thread now, Cade. We learned Wednesday, fun fact from Chinlaw 20. Jan Ziska was a Bohemian officer and renowned military strategist who became completely blind, but would still go on to successfully lead and direct troop movements using the sounds of battle during the Hussite Wars. You got to really trust the guy leading you if he was completely blind and tells you, oh, I can hear where they're at, run that way.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well that would work these days.
And how would he know if the troops were obeying his commands?
Good point. That is interesting. Funny. I have.
You ever seen that officer's wife, Cade?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, neither is he.
Nice. That's pretty good.
All right. Any more questions? I mean, we got 20 more minutes. Let's go.
Let me go to. Oh. Who cut? Oh, somebody responded to Richard saying there's no fun questions and said, "Who cut Vin Scully's hair?" Just like Zane's, it never moved.
It's Dermdock asking that question. Who cuts your hair?
Dermdock is definitely a somebody.
He is somebody. Big Money Beaumont. He puts the big money in Big Money Beaumont.
Ooh, this one's kind of fun.
I don't know who cut Vinny's hair. Nobody cuts his hair anymore.
This one's good. Somebody said to build a starting lineup using only Aggie football or basketball players past or present.
Starting lineup for baseball?
I believe that's what the question is. Yeah.
I'll take.
I feel like Eric McCoy would be a good catcher.
I'll take Johnny at short.
I think I'd put Johnny at second, actually.
You got a better idea for shortstop? I mean, he was drafted as a middle infielder.
Calzada had a cannon.
Hey, time out. In center field, I'm taking Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That's kind of cheating.
But I'm going to do it.
That's a valid pick.
Jeff Granger is somewhere on there.
Well, he played baseball. That's
cheating. Is that cheating? He
actually
played football.
But he played baseball here, too.
I know. He did both.
So Jordan Chambliss would be on this list.
Put Rob Williams at first base.
Rob Williams is not a bad first baseman.
Rob Williams, a boo butt.
That's a pretty good question. I've never sat down and thought about that.
Connor Wigman.
Connor
what about
Wigman,
Marco Jones?
Connor Wigman at shortstop. Johnny at second. That's a good middle infielder.
Marco Jones,
there.
my DH.
Yeah, Marco Jones would be a good DH.
Trying to think who else.
I can only think of current guys when I know that I'd be missing like some really where would put Mike Evans in the outfield?
Yeah, I'd like Mike Evans in left.
Mike Evans in left instead of right.
He's got a cannon or what? I don't know.
I think Ryan Tannehill can run. And
Ryan Tannehill would be a good outfielder.
So there's a right fielder.
Tannehill would be good.
He's got the better arm. I know he's got an arm.
Who's going at third?
Got to have like a tough guy.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know.
Tough guy that's quick. I would
Dexter
say
Dennis at third.
No, I would say, well, he's left-hand AC Law.
Tough guy at third. Boots. He's as tough as leather.
He's also
left-handed.
Oh, dang it.
I'm saying
we need a third baseman and a catcher.
Why do we got so many left-handed shooters?
Logan Lee?
No.
Waterboy.
Oh, yeah. Bat Boy.
With a helmet on.
Reese Nygren said Trevor Knight at third.
We're not taking Reese's suggestions.
I liked it, Reese.
That was a good suggestion,
That
Reese.
was a good suggestion, Reese.
Who's on the bump? That's
Jeff Granger, if we're allowing that. But Jeff Granger played baseball here. Calzada, closer.
Calzone.
Yeah.
You're gonna need antacid every time he goes out there.
You could put Jameel Showers on the bump too.
Jameel Showers.
That's a good call, Cade. Good callback. Trying to think of any other big arm quarterbacks. Hubenak, he's like a thumber.
Why are you a big fan of Jake Hubenak there?
I'm just thinking of obscure Texas A&M
Reggie McNeil.
Oh, that's a good
Maybe
one.
in center. He had a cannon.
Somebody says J Train at catcher.
Yes.
No pass balls.
Javorsky Lane.
Stephen McGee's my pitcher. He offers.
Stephen McGee stinks.
No, he offers to coach early all the time to throw. He's like, if you need one throw,
I thought he was more of a catcher than a pitcher.
McGee says he'll give him one pitch. He'll give early one pitch.
Happy June.
That's a good question. Let's move on to a couple more, Cade.
Oh, Dalton says Kenny Hill's got to go somewhere.
Kenny Trill. Kenny Trill's your Friday night guy.
Right?
Yeah, he probably needs to play early in the weekend so that he can go out the rest of the.
Hang out at the Planters on Northgate.
Come on.
Get in.
Somebody asked, What's your favorite? What's your best spot to chill on Sundays in town?
My couch.
Yeah, Sundays I'm staying at home. We have some cool spots to chill and hang out around College Station. Some cool patio places. La Bodega has a nice little patio area. They have like the misting fans and big TVs. Pretty cool out there. We like Marfa. Marfa's got a little small back porch. The Tap's always a great hangout. They got a porch.
Sundays.
The Baca's got a porch if you want to pay $1,000 for a meal, but it's great. It's good food.
Carney's in the spring on
Carney's
Sundays.
good spot.
They do crawfish too.
The Owl. Bryan.
Nice.
Downtown Bryan's got a lot of cool spots.
Now that the students
Hush and Whisper.
Now that the students are gone, Chimmy's. It's dead.
Kaylee Dreyer can't gatekeep.
If timeout, is Kaylee still here? Cade, she leave?
She's still here.
She's leaving here to go to Chimmy's.
How many times do you have to say the word Chimmy's in a row before Sydney Clevenger appears out of thin air?
Like Beetlejuice?
Yes.
Hold
like
on,
Beetlejuice.
Kaylee, get back into the shot. Let's talk about this. How disappointed y'all were. Today was a good UV day,
Yeah, the UV was 8.
and you were disappointed because you couldn't. Like, what happened here?
We had an NIL interview at 3:30.
So, but you wanted to move this NIL interview so that you could go sit by the pool and drink high noons.
I didn't say I was going to drink high noons. I just wanted to go to the pool.
Have you ever been to sit by the pool and not drink high noons?
Yeah, me
Okay.
and Kay just went to the pool on Monday and did not drink. We
Wow.
drank water.
TFTI. I need to work on my tan now that baseball season's over.
Are you going to try to get a tan for your wedding? It's going to be difficult.
It's going to be January, so it's just going to be pasty.
Do you get you one of those Borat swimsuits, though, and go to the tanning beds?
Great success.
All right, Kate. Well, now that everybody's got that mental image in their brain, let's get back on track here.
Well, here's another question. Another couple questions. One, what does a successful portal season look like? Two, which players in the signing class do you think are heading to the MLB draft?
So
I actually asked you that question earlier today.
yeah, Richard asked me because he was putting out that article.
Time out. Who asked that? Is that from the thread?
It's from the thread. It's from Denver Ag 91.
Read my story. There, we answered it.
No, there's more to it than that, though. I mean, Richard did a good job of breaking it down and being succinct with it, but you have to understand with the Major League Baseball draft that A&M is never out of the woods for any of these players. If you'll remember last year, they thought they were getting Blaine Bullard to school, who was an impact bat, could have potentially played left field whenever they were kind of cycling through TK and Dewar. Blaine Bullard was supremely talented and is killing it right now with the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto got into the 12th round and still had a ton of money left over, and they were willing to pay the post 10th round penalty to sign a guy for a record number in the 12th round. So right now, I think the kids that they signed that are the most likely to get picked are Connor Como, Trey Ebel, and Trent Valade. But I don't know that. Like, Matthew Kelly is supremely athletic. He throws the ball really hard. He moves well. All it takes is for one club to be a lot higher on a prospect than somebody else, or have a lot more money left over than they thought they would have. And these kids to be, if they have a number that they want to sign for, is that number negotiable, or is that a hard line number? For Nico Partita, it was a hard line number. For Jace Lavalette, it was a hard line number, and that's why they got to school. For Gavin Grahovic, hard line number. For others, like Blaine Bullard, it was a little bit more negotiable, and he still got a record signing bonus for that round. So it's not as easy to say, which guys are A&M getting to school and which are going to the draft. You don't know. And even the ones that you feel good about on draft day, you don't know. I remember last year, Shane Sadeo, everybody thought he was going to leave, but he had a number that he wanted to stick to, and nobody got there. And so after it got through the 10th round, he announced that he was coming back to school. Every year, there's going to be guys like that. Now, I don't anticipate any of the draft risk on A&M's roster coming back this year. I think they're all going to sign. That's Grahovic, Sorrell, Hakopian, Freshcorn, Moss, Sadeo, Bear. I think they'll all sign professional contracts. I don't anticipate any of them coming back. What was the first part of your question, Kate?
Prager coming back.
It was, what does a successful portal season look like?
Well, everybody's going to say you got to load up on the mound, and I agree. But what happens if the quality of pitching doesn't enter. Like you have to go get a few, I would say 4 or 5 new arms probably, but you better find a pitching coach that's going to develop what you got on campus, because it's not like a dearth of talent. It's not a dearth of arm talent. And
time out. Do you know what dearth means?
It's like a without, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not a dearth of arm talent.
But there's not a wealth.
Right.
Somewhere in the middle.
I would say that, you look at Hunter Vincent. Caden McCoy's a talented kid. You don't know what he's going to be when he comes back. David Ramirez, pre-injury. Everybody's going to be gun-shy about these guys coming off of elbow surgeries after Shane Sadeo. But you're going to get Aiden Sims back, real arm talent. Hunter Vincent, real arm talent. David Ramirez, Caden McCoy. Cooper Fulbright's a kid that redshirted that throws the ball really hard. So there is some talent on the roster. Cooper Powell was up to 97 in his appearance against USC the other night. So there is some arm talent there that can be worked with. But I do think a successful transfer portal haul for A&M replaces as much of the physicality as they can that they're losing, whether it be on the mound, but most notably in the batter's box.
Which is a lot.
Yes. Are you going to be able to go out and find, how many homers between Gavin, Sorrell, and Hakopian? And Bear?
Yikes.
Gavin and Sorrell hit 55. It was 45. There's 23 and 22 is 45. Hakopian hit 12. There's 57. Bear hit 12. There's 69 homers.
Well, on the subject of that, Just Dots in the chat, do you think A&M should get more players that can run for stolen bases instead of relying on home runs? So just moving it around, like.
Would you want to get into games and weekends at Bluebell Park when it's hot and the wind's blowing out and not be able to hit the ball over the fence?
I think you want athletic players, but at this ballpark, which leads college baseball in home runs, you got to be able to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
But that also means that, does it have to be Grahovic what hits the ball 111 miles an hour and lands it on top of the rec center? No, but you gotta find guys that can impact the baseball. And outside of Kentucky, South Carolina, and Missouri, who South Carolina and Missouri had supreme roster deficiencies and talent deficiencies, find me a non-physical team in the SEC other than Kentucky that doesn't play a physical brand of offense. You're not. Like, everybody tries to hit the ball over the fence, and then on the flip side, everybody tries to throw hard and strike everybody out. It's a physical league. And you can get swallowed up if you're not physical on the mound and you're not physical at the plate. Are we boring you?
A little bit.
Okay, well, we've only got 8 more minutes if you could tighten up.
I'll try to stay awake.
Another question, is our current director of pitching being considered to slide into the pitching coach role, or is he pretty locked into staying in his current role?
I don't know. I don't know Dylan Olszanowski that well. He's new this year. Came from the professional baseball ranks, which I will say again that A&M is searching for a pitching coach both at the college and professional level. It is getting more and more common that you see professional, minor league pitching coordinators taking college pitching coach jobs. I think TCU just hired one today.
We've seen it happen here.
So you're seeing that more and more. So that is on the table for Texas A&M, as are a couple of, I would say, a few college coaches. This is it's an intriguing job because they're going to pay you well, but it's also, if you look in the history of the state of Texas at baseball, the one thing that it produces, perhaps more so than any other state in the country, is arms. You go back and look at all the great pitchers from Texas. We produce guys, athletes that throw things well, quarterbacks and pitchers.
And we're just talking about Highland Park.
That Highland Park is in the state of Texas. But you look at a place like Allen, Kyler Murray, and then this kid coming in, Chandler Hart. These Texans throw things well. And so I think that just dropping somebody in College Station, Texas, around Houston, around Austin, around Dallas, and the one thing that I think Aggie baseball has that no other program really has on campus is, and I may be speaking out of ignorance, there may be other sports that have this. Maybe softball does. But there are going to be a large group of baseball players in the state of Texas that have grown up dreaming of playing at Texas A&M. I don't think football has that. And that should tell you, like, that's how good they're recruiting, is they're not going and get a bunch of lifelong Aggies. But it does feel like you just go to travel ball tournaments around the state, go to any 12, 13, 14-year-old travel ball tournament, and there are kids that have, at those tournaments, good players that have been going to Texas A&M baseball camps for their whole life. And so that's something that this place has built in, and I think you can tap into that. You can't lean on it and it be a crutch. Like, you got to go get the best players possible. But there are going to be plenty of kids in this state with ties to Texas A&M that would love to come play here. Couple more, Cade.
Do you think? Well, you kind of answered this on TexAgs Live earlier today, but for people who didn't hear it, do you think more people
listen to this show than Nunio's show?
When do you think the pitching coach search will be wrapped up by? Do you think? Somebody asked if it'll be wrapped up by the end of the weekend.
I was told yesterday that if it were one of the names that was been floated to me, that it could happen in the next day or so, and that was yesterday. So that we're closing in on 24 hours since I was told that. So there is a possibility that I think it could happen very soon. But I also know that Michael Early is pouring over candidates, like I said, near and far, college and professional, and doing his homework and using his baseball connection. It's funny, whenever you sit in the head coach's chair, even for 2 years, Michael Early entered that job with a smaller baseball Rolodex in terms of connections in the coaching world, connections in the scouting world, the agent world, and just sitting in the chair for 2 years as the head coach at Texas A&M, that file, that connections file, those contacts has greatly increased. So he's got more people that he can bounce stuff off of in the baseball world if he's trying to get a feel for, hey, what's this guy like? I don't know him that well. And that's part of a growth of any manager, right? Your world starts to shrink, and that's good. Your ability to contact people gets easier because I know more people, and I can, play telephone or go through the grapevine and get the information that I need. What are you working on over there?
Nothing. I'm just
looks like you have a Wikipedia up.
I'm making sure I'm ready for my We Learned Wednesday.
Oh, I don't have anything today, so you can take that away. We've got 3. Let's do one more question, Cade.
Well, here I did say that I would end the show with this, so I'm gonna play it right now.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
Hey man, you're one of my favorites. Whenever you feel the timing is right, I'll get you back on the show, but on your timetable. Yeah. As I texted him that, the GK news came out. Oh. I just felt like terrible time. Yeah.
I have a question, Brauny. So
I've never seen you wear glasses.
They're blue light because I'm doing.
I like them. They're really cute.
Thanks, but I wear them like for publishing or like when I'm on my computer because I get headaches. But anyway, so my boyfriend's friend is transferring. He's going into the transfer portal, and I want to see if his stats are like anything good. He's from Lubbock Christian. Here, wait, I'll read him. He averaged 297 with 77 hits and like 46 RBIs and 10 home runs in 3 years from Lubbock Christian. And
in 3 years, those are his accumulated totals?
Yes. They're not.
Like you mean for A&M or just in general?
He's just in the transfer portal from like
He's
Lubbock Christian.
got a D2. 277, it's 10 total homers in 3 years in Lubbock. Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough.
Brauny, these are your stats from McNeese.
Oh, no!
Well, it's not very good. I actually had a better year my first year. You should have filmed that.
I am filming it.
That was great. That was Kaylee Gaither running a bit on us. I thought she said 277. And then when I reheard it, like that's my first time I've watched it. But when she came in, I thought she said that the cumulative average was 277. Just to give myself a little bit of credit. I wasn't a good player. I never claimed to be. I had one really good year. My senior year, I hit 339 and was all conference, that kind of thing. But the career average, 297 is a lot better than 277. I thought she said 277, but nonetheless, great bit. Got me good. Very well done.
And she had Woo's fancy meta glasses. I did not know that
she played that off so well.
I did not know that he had those in his repertoire.
Yeah, Woo's got a little bit of everything.
Pretty awesome.
All right, you have your We Learn Wednesday. Kate, do you have one?
Nah, I'm gonna let Richard roll.
Okay, so I was on my scrolls last night, and these dudes made like a rap song about this. Did you know that the People's Temple, aka Jonestown, had a basketball team? You know about Jonestown, right?
No, you have to explain.
That's the
Kool-Aid
cult that drank the Kool-Aid, the mass suicide in the 70s.
Oh.
That's where the phrase "drink the Kool-Aid" comes from.
Okay.
They all committed revolutionary suicide. 918 people died, anyways, in Guyana. Anyways, they had a basketball team. And the basketball team was not at the compound when they all did the revolutionary suicide. So the fact that they had an away game saved these 13 individuals.
That is crazy.
That is nuts.
There's women and children in here, man.
That's Waco, but...
And that is Carson, the intern. Was it Nuno that said he looks like David Koresh?
No, it was McGee.
It was McGee. McGee said that Carson, our intern, looks like David Koresh. He does not look like David Koresh at all.
Anyways, on the way out, I do have this to say, guys. Made a comment earlier today that I am deeply, I guess went out over the air, that I am deeply ashamed of. If I hurt anyone out there, I can't tell you how much I say from the bottom of my heart. I am so very, very sorry. I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive into deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the B team. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at TexAgs. I want to apologize for the people who signed my paycheck, for TexAgs, the B team, for the people I work with, and for anybody that I have apologized tonight. I can't begin to tell you how deeply sorry I am.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Y'all get up and do something.